Hi, Cancer. All right, welcome to this space. It's called OPAL Oracle. If you're new here, or if I've never said it before, welcome back if you're returning. I feel like we'll be finding each other. Maybe there's some people that will come back around, right? Okay, so this is 2023. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this life. Making it through the last few years have been intense, right? There's been a lot of good, a lot of stuff. So you actually hold a lot of power in your hands, Cancer. We've talked about this before. This year is a 7. So this is your card, the Chariot, okay? So it's a beautiful thing. I see success or blessings in relation to you in connection with the world, wherever you put yourself out there. This could have to do with your job for some of you specifically. There could be growth in something in that space. Cat, relax. Sometimes she likes to go in the corner and just meow at something that I can't see, but not my problem. Okay, before we're going to pick cards for each month, but I like to go over a few little things before we get there. Speaking of that, it took a while to get into energy to be able to do this reading, okay? At first, we had to go into like Scorpio kinds of energy, and I sense that this year would be very helpful for you also to understand that you need space, like timing, before you get into other things. Does this make sense? Like you might need more specific time before you go to work, right? And it's not like where you can just jump from one thing to the other. You can sometimes, but it's not good for you, right? Need to have space and time between things. I'd also say if work is going really well, or your job is holding, like say job, family, kinds of other people, this T-square is big for you, then you have to remember to also give yourself some time to be creative just for you, however that is. Which gives the conjunction to, so everyone received a few words or a few little phrases, and yours are Doodle Dandy, which I like that. It's like a cute doodle. There's a lot of power to doodling, right? It's sort of like unconscious drawing, really. So I could see that that's a means of how you could create, or how you could work through things, or see what you're, whatever. You can take it however you want. Time travel, second grouping there. Double D, double T. Yeah, there's an ability to feel back into places, there's going to be places of strength, there's going to be places of creativity, it could be just recognizing how far you've come to, you know. Then I drew this. I don't know what this, can you see that? I don't know what that is. It sort of looks like the word change to me, but it's in like another language, or maybe I'm supposed to look at it upside down. Is that a different word? Again, it goes into the doodle. And then we have the words good growth, so double G. So D, G, T. Cat. It's not a scratching post. Zoomy, it's okay. Come here, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, she's so cute. Both the animals are just looking at me. Hi, sweet pie. All right. I guess we'll leave that like that. We'll jump in. So now we'll go month to month. I will timestamp in between each month so that you can reference later if you want to. It does take a little extra, it takes a little bit more out of me to do that, but I've also figured out how to be a little bit more efficient so I can save my time in what I'm trying to do by taking a few extra steps prior, okay? I would also say wherever Cancer's house is for you, if you're aware of, to look at your map, this is also where you'll be moving forward, okay? So I don't know if you want to look at the opposition or if you want to look at what have you, just... There's definitely some really beautiful creative energy. Okay. Let's look at January. Wow, that was a good, that was a long, that's okay. That was a good, that was a long. Do 640. January, Cancer. Wow. Okay, you have different cards, a different combination. I like the purple with the purple. You received a new moon in Libra with the Judgment card. New moon in Libra with the Judgment. Look how much purple that is, right? Huh. New moon in... Okay, so... Cancer, how are we starting this out? I haven't used these two cards before. Okay, there's threes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What time is it on that clock? Just about 10:40. 10:04. 10:40. So you and where you live, you and how you feel. It's a new moon in Libra. That's a great place to begin. It's like something's fair, something's balanced, right? I would definitely... how do I see this? Definitely is too big. Well, this has to do with last October. It also has to do with 2 years ago. And something from now until February, you know, to some cultures is like the new year. Right? It's a new energy. I could see where someone's letting go of control. There's that time travel. I see some time. Time travel. So I guess as this card specifically says, a new romantic cycle begins. When something is romantic, it's Venus in... Because Venus can be very practical. How do I see? I need, what do you need? January. Let's see a little bit more about what this is talking about. The world. Okay. So a brand new cycle of something really begins. Let's take it like that. Let's take that romantic word out of it. That could be a part of it. But Libra really has to do with you and anything else you want to, you know, there's a balance between everything. You know, when I'm holding this cup, I'm using Libra energy. Right? I don't know how else to explain. There's a lot of circles here. There's a lot of circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 circles. 7, 8 maybe. There could be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 circles, 19 circles. What are we trying to say, Cancer? What's going on? Death. Well, I guess we'll put it plainly that with Judgment, it's a new cycle. It's waking up from something. This card speaks of a new cycle. So I would say that this year, remember that if you want things to be fair, if you want things to be different, if you want to feel like you're ready to feel a way to the way that you want to feel, if you want, you can elevate things. This could also be letting go of old stagnant energy. It could have to do with other people. It could have to do with wherever. It's like this is really something brand new. Now, it doesn't mean you can't take things with you, whatever this is, but it's a big part of it is like, maybe some of you have an opportunity to do something also, but you kind of realize that you're trying to figure out if you have to choose one or the other, I guess. And I suppose because it's Libra, you're going to try to find the compromise to bring it all together. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it felt like, okay, well, if I want to start this, then I can't have that. Not that this was being seen negatively. It was like, practically speaking, again, not that romantic, like whatever fantasy vision around it. I mean, you can be creative in what you want it to be, but you got to you're trying to make, I guess it's trying to make a triangle here. And I actually see that that's possible to do. But I guess it's the way that you feel Temperance. There's so many majors on this. It's the way that you feel, I guess, about spirit. You may have to really trust something too here. But I don't know, like if you're going to begin something ultimately where it's like contractual Libra, I would, as Judgment is here, I would think about it. I would wait until, gain more information for a little while, and then wait, because you're prepping yourself for spring here, is what you're trying to do. So when spring comes around, when April comes around, you feel ready for something, okay? Some of you could be thinking about time so much. Don't give up on something, okay? Please. But don't jump into something so fast either that it like repeats an old pattern. Okay. 14 even, we'll take that. Just a second, February. These are going to be longer, I hope you don't mind. 14, I'm just flowing with it. Okay, did we just say 14 again? February, Cancerian energy. A balsamic moon and the Page of Cups. This is a time for healing. That's what that says. A time for healing, there's more purple. Okay, it was a new moon, right? And then now the moon is like growing. Do you see that? It's like right in line. But there could be things where you're like, wait, what? Like not sure a little bit. So with all this purple, you got to trust. This is so they say like the crown chakra or whatever, right? You're up. Not to diminish it with you, whatever. I just meant I don't have human words to describe godly things. How could I? It's this other, you know, like, why is there a rainbow? You know, like that kind of thing. Maybe you'll see a rainbow. Or I would also pay attention if you ever see that little crescent of the moon. Okay. Okay, to have something be balanced to start out this January, it's like you got to find the balance, then you got to, how's it doing it this way? It's almost like magician energy. But there's no tricks in it. This is almost like the top of the pyramid or the triangle. I guess this could be some inner child healing work. I know we talk about a lot about, I guess we just do shadow work here for the most part, but it helps us to be free, you know. It's hard sometimes to work through things, but you know what? This is such a good attitude about it. This is also a very creative time. This could be doodle dandy, right? And time traveling. Maybe you'd want to go back over some of what you've created. Let's see here. Knight of Rods, Page of Rods, Ten of Rods. Okay, if you're working a lot, you're doing a lot of things, you better pay attention to your inner self. Okay, give yourself also time for healing. You love to help others, right? This could also be reaching out to your elders, or like someone can give a different point of view to help someone understand. Like, you know, I see someone cheering someone on. They're like, "Go, you can do, you know, yeah." Like there's an excitable, you know, you can do it kind of energy. Someone's feeling good about the process. And because of that, there's growth. Feel like okay, so Scorpio and Pisces did this weird thing. Weird meaning, again, it's hard to describe in words, spiritual things ultimately, but this Pisces, Scorpio energy were combining for a few years. And now it's almost like, now I feel like collectively there's some kind of Cancerian, Scorpionic energy that's combining that's really beautiful. And I feel like this is why, I don't know if you've noticed, but for the last year or so, at least half, I don't know, for a while now, we've been wearing more red for you, Cancer, right? Which is helping you to feel stronger, right? It's a Mars color, it's a fire color. It, you know, being the Chariot this year, your card, this is a lot about being able to retain the water that you need to retain so that you don't dry out when it's too hot, and where you can kind of be more in control of how you feel, even if you have a whole bunch of them, or at very least you can put them aside so you can do what you need to do. You know, say you're going through some inner child stuff, but you still got motivation to do what you got to do. It's not like going too deep into one thing where you feel like you can't get out. You know, you're like being more strategic in yourself and ways of your energy and the perception of maybe what healing is, or like what creativity is, or what it means to get from one place, you know, this travel energy in time. And I guess because of that, that's what creates this good growth. It's almost like all your words are sort of, they're all here in this month, which Judgment looked up at this energy, right? So you want to make sure you're looking up this year. You're looking up and out. You are, you know, you don't have to find words to necessarily describe it. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. Sometimes it's just about some things just are. this card says surrender to the divine. It's like sometimes that's the point. It's like there's no name for God, right? We're just trying down here. We're just trying over here. Okay. Let's see. March. Okay. The waning moon and the Knight of Wands. Mind you, all these moons, we're using a moon deck, so we're always going to have this energy. I'm going to get you ruled by the moon. Now look at this. Very fascinating. Look at the moon now, growing even bigger. Right? More and more light as you go along. Don't forget that, okay? Now, we just had the Knight of Wands as a clarifier on February. Now, here we are. So this is, what do you need to release? Well, there's Sagittarian energy here. Okay. What do we need to release? Okay, remember when the world showed up in January? Some of you could be there's definitely a letting go of something. It's moving from one stage to another, and you do have to release something because you have 3 of Wands and then 2 of Wands. So it's almost like, okay, here's the 3 looking out at Pisces, right? Looking out at the sea, and it's like, okay, I'm holding this one, like, which has to do, I guess, with potential. But you already have these 2 that are really solid. It's like consolidation in some kind of way. But what's cool about it is it's coming back down into this Ace of Wands, which gives you a new opportunity to create something. Not necessarily, it could be brand new, but at very least, again, you hold a lot of power in your hand, right? So this is realizing what you have, and I suppose what you'd like to do with that. I do see an opportunity here there's movement. I suppose to move ahead also, because this month has to do with December, like the end of the year. Star. Oh, this goes from now until July and then into December. Okay. So we're talking about Taurus, Cancer. This goes back into Aquarius, and then Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Aquarius, it's I, us, right? I, and then us. Look at this. Oh my God. High Priestess, the Empress, and Temperance. Again, all these like similar sounding, lots of S's, which is to me is like Scorpio energy too. It's like good snake energy. You know, you're either shedding or either way you're growing, right? This is a lot of really powerful feminine magic energy too. Holy, hold on. I don't even know how to explain this. How do I explain that? Again, it goes back into that, like, there are kind of no words for something. Like, there's words, but it's... Well, I guess this is just what we said. Aquarius, Taurus, Sagittarius. Us. I is the individual. It is understanding your own ego, which helps you to move forward. Right? And then us as a consideration to the creation process. I guess you can have both of those. Okay. Remember, you have to let go of something during this time. But for some of you, I feel like you've already, let's see, have you already let go of it? It's like you gotta give it to God. Something like that. Hierophant. Lovers, Four of Swords. Gotta give it to God. It's like let it go, and if it comes back to you, it's yours. Like that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's a trust thing. It's not a game. It's not a manipulation game. It's like it's letting things be, I guess, in a certain way of trusting, right? Be like, okay, well, I got it. Remember, now until Taurus. Okay. What are you doodling to? Don't forget to doodle each month. It's like a doodle. You should maybe, I feel like you should have a journal. Like a book that's like 2023. You don't have 15 books. You just have one book. You go to that book for everything. You know, it's like that one, you know. You put your frustrations in there. You put your doodles in there. You put your ideas in there. I don't know, like your plans for the future, like how the good feelings, right? Because you know what, whatever we just talked about there, and we had to, I guess, talk about whatever that was, do whatever that, then what you end up with is 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. That's exactly where this Knight of Wands is going. It's someone that's worked really hard to be at this place. And there's a lot of faith. Yeah, the Fool. Wow. There's that red, too. Okay. Let's see. What do we have for time? 28. April. Okay. Knight of Cups. And the new moon in Aries, very suiting to April. There's another bit of red. Okay. So part of the reason... Okay, you had new cycle... Then we have a time, then there's a time where it's healing, right? Again, like to go into a new stage to grow, right? You gotta shed something. And then when you do, it's a time of healing because it's raw. It's like a little bit, you know, again, that inner child energy, it's like something's really new. Which can have you could be a lot of fun in it. You're not literally a snake that has to hide in the forest because you think someone's going to kill you. It's not happening. You're fine, right? Then it's about letting go of something, going to this new stage because you can't stay right where you are. You got to move, right? And with that, because when spring comes around, again, like we mentioned before, now we have 2 knights and a page. So there's a lot of people here, right? This is a very creative, youthful energy. You have 2 more horses, right? 1 horse turns into 2 horses. 1 horse turns into 2. Part of the reason you want to feel good when you get into April or into spring energy is because the way we start out spring, the direction that we're in, what we're facing, you know, if we're that's really, really important. The way we feel in that time. I would say if any of you were trying to start a romantic, any kind of romantic thing, or again, like a new thing that has to do particularly with other people, however that may play out, I would definitely take your time, right? We go from Libra in the beginning of the year, then we have Aries here. Here's the mirror of it. It's going to give you the understanding to what it will take to make it happen. If you don't feel good about it then I wouldn't do it. I'd leave it alone, right? Interesting. Yeah, Queen of Swords, right? It's time, again, this card says it's time to take action. So if something doesn't step up by then, or again, like we just had this Two of Wands is pretty strong. It's like, if it doesn't create, how do I explain that? Well, this is someone gaining their power back, right? I heard it should feel like that. Magician. I feel like these horses are having fun, which is cool, but I do wonder, it's like one's kind of going one way and one's going the other way, so I would watch your energy in this time and like which way it's going. You could also have a choice between things. But I guess now is a time to take action. Lovers in the Hierophant. So just a minute. How do I explain that? Ace of Cups. There's a Two of Wands again. Well, new moon in Aries is awesome. It's a cardinal moon, right? There's going to be a new moon in Aries too, which is cool. So that time frame is really important. I would definitely say it's a time to step up. If people don't step up or they can't be mature, then it's like Temperance. Then I guess someone skipped over that healing part. I would also say this is a person feeling, again, good about themselves in this time. Like, they're like, okay, I am, and there's, like, love behind those words, right? I would definitely say this could be a time travel time, too. Wheel of Fortune, yeah. This is also someone taking up a leadership position. Someone needs to take up the leadership, like, recognize that they are a leader, recognize their own responsibility, something like that, and feeling good about that too, right? This is the masculine actually really stepping up into something that's important here, like the right way. Someone no longer scared of something. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. May. Yeah. We have the waxing crescent moon and the star. And the star. It's another purple card. So now you have two majors. Have faith in your dreams with the star. Yes, don't deny, right? Okay. To move forward with fluidity, one has to let go of certain things, right? It's just a part of it. It's like we have to shed. The tree has to shed to grow next year, right? Things like that. And there's these seasons where this happens, and you don't have to worry about like how it's all gonna like come together. It's like you can't expedite something though. Something cannot be expedited. It's almost like, because this angel's kind of like, wait a second, you're not ready yet, or now this isn't meaning that you're not meant to move forward, fool, right? Because that taking action because it's new is like a new step into something. Right? Or it's a new thing. It's something. So it's like the beginning stages of something. You also had a new moon in Libra, which is interesting. So this Capricorn and Aries time has new energy in it, right? Which is a good thing. It's like new energy and cardinal energy, which is awesome. It shows a forward momentum. It shows a decisiveness. It shows a person that's like, okay, they're not intimidated by the process. No, they're pretty chill about it, actually. Because, again, someone isn't... Because you know what? You could... Don't get down on yourself about what... A tower. No, don't get down on yourself to... Because remember with the 7-year, this chariot... To me, I'm seeing this as the descendant for everybody, for a collective energy, which means that we've already been here, done that before. Some way, somehow. We've already been here, done that. But now we have a new opportunity to do something different, again, with the things that you're dreaming about, the things that you're hoping and wishing for. You want to look forward to those things. Don't deny, again, all the blessings that are there. It's like... Because it'd be one of those things where for some people it's like there's so much growth, good growth, right? But it's like I'm seeing all these flowers, but like a person's trying to get the one thing that's out of their reach when there's a lot of things within their reach that'll help them get to that point. The thing that is out of their reach, which I guess are these dreams of the future or goals or whatever, hopes and desires that you're wanting to fulfill, is like it'll be within your grasp, but it's like you gotta grab. I feel like somebody talked about this, like Libra did. You gotta grab to go up, Pisces did, to go up the mountain, right? Or to hang on while you're going down. It's like, has to do with Sagittarius, has to do with temperance. This is fire and water, right? Again, we've been wearing red for you. It's fire. You are water. It's a better balance of things, right? There's the Chariot. Boom. 8 of Pentacles. Yes. A better balance of things. Okay. I guess Aquarius could also be emphasized here. See, and Cancerian energy in your map. Remember this year, you're pulling, we're going towards the light, right? You don't want to go, if you find yourself for some reason or another going towards the darkness, it's like that is not the way to go. Not right now. Not that, again, you can expedite something. So I guess this also has a lot to do with a person's own level of faith. I feel like we've mentioned that a lot. Judgment, again, in the 7 of Cups. It's like, yeah, what do you believe about what you can achieve? Right? 7 of Cups again. It's like, and if we've already been there, done that before, it's like, well, then we'd know that, okay, you got to pay attention to the patterns. I would look back 7 years, 7 years, 7 years, 7 years, 14 years, 28 years. Like, you could also look at these ages, like, pay attention to the pattern, okay? Judgment, yes. Hindsight is 20/20, right? Pay attention to the patterns. It'll help you to recognize where it is that you are now. You could look back to last February. You could look back to your last dream that you had. Maybe even keeping a dream journal could be very helpful. Don't forget to doodle dandy. This is also time traveling, because I guess that's a part of what you could be creating. Yes, is if you take the time to just allow yourself to be a little bit. You know? Because remember, that Chariot's kind of suited up. You know, it's like a little bit, it's a little bit like, you know, because sometimes you're going to have to push that Aries energy, like, all right, I got it. You know, new cycle in Libra, it's like, okay, cardinal energy, again, is a forward momentum. Now we're in fixed, so you wanna know what your dreams are, know what your level of faith is about that Chariot again, and how you feel emotionally about it. You know, like I want you to feel confident, okay? You don't have to no, please don't get down on yourself because, I don't know, you don't think you're worth it or something. I need you to know that you're going in the right direction, but it's almost like this path, and this path is laid out, right? Again, it's like we've already sort of been down these roads. So it's like now you know more of where you are. It isn't, again, brand new. You can feel different about it, I heard, if you want to. 6 of Cups and the Chariot. But remember, don't go towards the past. Just because we're doing a thing that has been done before, doesn't mean that you're supposed to repeat the past. No, it's supposed to be different. Star, again, right? Different. Two of Cups, you know? How we interact with ourselves, how we interact with other people, how we solve problems, right? Okay. I'll split this up. Just a second. Okay, let's do... Oh, there we go. So that was May. Let's do June. June. Okay, full moon in Libra now. Queen of Swords. Wow. So Libra energy is really strong for you. Especially this year. Okay, that's good. What is Libra about? Fairness. Good justice. It's about justice. It's about honesty. It's about relationships. It's about contracts. Good karma. You know. Being responsible. Being clear. Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. So now we're in a 6-month stage, right? From the beginning of the year, which was new moon in Libra, now we're at a full moon in Libra. So actually, the decision-making of whatever that beginning cycle is, although you take action in April, it's like you're starting to feel a lot better, starting to think more clearly about think and feel more clearly about what, this is red too, about the situation, okay? Good. Just a minute. You know, and you had 2 majors between January and now, which is, again, it's the High Priestess, you know? So you have to trust yourself, and some quiet could be helpful. You know, and I guess a big chunk of that was like that first chunk of the year, don't let the past hold you back, okay? That's also something maybe that you've come to realize is like you're not going to allow yourself to feel like that anymore, you know, or to get wrapped up in something. This is where there's more clarity too. This is clear communication. Again, fairness. It's good decision making. Let's see what that's about. Someone starts putting the heart first. Oh, there's a Chariot and the Six of Cups again. This could be success in communication. It could be someone winning, like they win something, or it's something is in their favor. Yes, Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Three of Wands, which goes back into that Knight of Wands energy, the first fire that you had, which is about moving forward, right? But that was like thinking about how you want to move forward. Then in April, you take action. On something. But it doesn't mean like full action. Again, it's like you're starting something, or you're putting pieces together, right? Because everything you do, like all the water, is very complex, right? This is allowing freedom. Allowing freedom. Empress. Well, there's such clarity here. And again, there's good perspective. There's a good outlook. Yes, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like could be a lot of good energy around work or where you're going, or how you're thinking about, again, the future. There's definitely more faith in where you're at and what you are creating, who you are as an individual. Like, again, there's clarity there, right? There's clarity there. You have an ability also to put your emotions aside and be practical in this time. It's necessary. It's necessary at times to do that, right? It's not that there's not feeling in it, but that is not the pusher of it. It's like there's a clarity which helps you to realize, like, you're not in your head distracted, not seeing the path. It's like you see the path because, again, the mind is clear. And that's very important in this time. Yes, Queen of Swords again. I would also say this is a beautiful time for ideas. You know, this could be some positive affirmations or, again, communications around what you have achieved up until this point. Again, this is 6 months into the year. We're halfway through the year. Congratulate yourself. Realize what, again, like, lighten something in the heart. You know, maybe you want to try time travel back to January and see how far you've come, right? You know, instead of looking at, for instance, like how far you have to go or something, like, you know what I mean? Be like, oh, I've made it, you know, I've made it this far. I've made it here. Cool. Instead of being like, oh, I gotta, you know, remember, good perspective about it. Could be travel in this time too. And I see if there's been any issues with, like, again, the mental space or even financially, like the physical world, that's more settled. That feels more clear, right? Let's see. Yes. Aquarius, there's really strong Aquarius energy in here for you. It's a blind spot to you. So as you're pulling the energy, you got to know how you feel. And you got to know how to adjust your feelings correctly this year. Okay? It's a collective thing, but you're really strong with it because you're ruled by the moon. You know? Okay. Let's see, July. There we go. Good. This is your first Earth. You needed this. Okay, full moon in Cancer now. There's, and happy birthday if you were a Sun Cancer. And then the King of Pentacles. Wow. So we have 2 full moons right in a row, right? New moon in January, new moon in April, full moon in June, full moon in July. And again, this is your first Earth to come out. It's the King of Pentacles. This is a card that represents such abundance, right? There's a lot of comfort. There's a lot of togetherness here. I see there's a lot to choose from. It's like a buffet of, because of your hard work. Now, this full moon in Cancer says a personal issue reaches resolution, right? So again, you're feeling, if you had any questions, I feel like you're feeling a lot better about them, okay? I would also say that if there was any personal issues, this could be, or issues going on, things that needed resolve. I see a really good, like, understanding. I see someone, again, taking up a leadership role. Some people expressing themselves clearly. It's also Cancer and like Taurus energy, right? You sextile one another. Well, let's go back into Taurus energy. That was the star, remember? And it said, have faith in your dreams. Because this is a personal issue. So this is probably something inside of you that finally finds a resolve so that if you feel more settled, you feel more secure. And again, we kind of closed out the last month with talking about finances or the material world, right? Because there hasn't been Earth up until this point, which means you're going to have to find the security in yourself and work with what you have. Not that you're not gaining, because you're working your way to this King of Pentacles, but it's like being aware of that security in yourself. That is what the Chariot is. Cancerian energy to me is emotional security, right? If you got that, then life is not that. Life is a game of fun. Do you know what I mean? Like it's something that's enjoyable to play. Good girl. So I see you also solve an issue in and of yourself. I could also see that this could be somebody that maybe somebody goes to counseling, or some of you find like a support group, or there's some kind of like meet up, or like meet and greet, or some of you could also get a raise during this time, receive a raise, or receive some sort of, again, abundance. King of Pentacles again. Yes, absolutely. You know, if some of you also have been feeling like separate from the group, or like in some kind of way, like it was hard for you to be a part of the circle, even though, like, I don't know what that means, but you feel better about that too. Yeah, that goes back. There's the World again, going back into January. Maybe the new cycle that has to do with the new moon in Libra has to do with you and other people, like in general, right? You know, again, maybe you're feeling like you're good enough to be a part of the circle, or that you're just, you know, how sometimes you block yourself from that, and then like feeling again stronger in and of yourself in the effort that you're putting forth. Okay. I would also say, again, there could be a lot of money coming towards some of you. Like, again, it's money meaning it's value, it's security. It comes from your hard work, right? It doesn't just show up, like, out of nowhere. It's due to hard work. It's due to overcoming emotional faultiness. Or, like, faults. Too many cards. Okay. Any issues at work too, also solved. Work is actually doing really good here. Like again, the physical world is, but I would also say this King of Pentacles, you want to, there's good growth there, right? But as this is moon time, this is July, you want to make sure that you don't use all your energy. You know, you want to handle your personal issues. This is also keeping personal issues out of work, too. Keep it separated, right? But remember, we're going into Sun energy, Leo energy next. So you're preparing yourself for courage, right? Again, going towards the light. Remember to have faith in your dreams. Okay, August. All right, waxing moon with the Knight of Swords. There's a lot of knights on this table. Knights to me are about well, you've learned there's been a certain amount of learning that's been done, right? Within that element. Right now you have water, fire, and air. Now it's about it's practicing that in the physical world, not just in your own little bubble, but in a movement sense outward, right? It's like trying new things out. Knight of Swords to me is also like an amazing problem solver. And this card, Waxing Moon, says the energy is gaining momentum. So we go from the full moon to the waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. There's definitely some really good ideas here. Please doodle dandy during this time. Please doodle dandy. That could also be a means of time travel too, you know. What are we thinking about here? Ooh, Justice and the Knight of Cups. Okay. Libra energy was in January. And in June. And now in August. You also have the Knight of Cups, which came out, which is in April. Okay, so that before in April was about, again, January, something new happens. April, you take action. Again, have faith in your dreams. Win-win outcome is in your forecast, right? You resolve a personal issue. Then this gives you more energy that is gaining momentum, right? But it's not so fast that it's wobbly, right? It's actually really steady. So this could be where that take action could actually be something that's now, there's many other steps that have been achieved now, right? You're at a new stage of it. Maybe this could be a time to reveal something or to share something that you've been creating or share something that you've been feeling or thinking about. Like, cat. Sorry. It's okay, baby. It's okay, you don't. Oh. You're right. I've been sitting here for like 40 minutes. Hold on. Oh, stretch. Squat. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is also like appropriate breaks. From things. Ow. Ow, Zoomy, I hit my kneesy doodle. Oh my goodness. Cancer. August. Oh, I love you so much, Zoomy. Yeah. could also be a resolve for any relational situations. Feel like if it's not, yeah, page of rods and the Two of Cups with the Knight of Cups and the Justice card. This is definitely something gaining momentum again in a really fair, loving way. Again, there's great ideas. This could kind of be one of those things where you like, you know, you have an idea and then you share again. It's like putting the final touches on something. There's the Knight of Swords again. It's putting the final touches on something. This could also be asking people that are close to you what they think about things, you know, like asking for advice some way, somehow. Some of you have an amazing idea, but you're not sure like what to, like maybe there's something going on here that's really powerful, but it's almost like, where do I go from here? Again, maybe you need someone else's advice. That could, yeah, Two of Swords and the Chariot. There's your card. It's like, okay, you're heading, you know, you're heading in the right way, right? You're only heading forward. You have the path again, but it's like, this is where you could ask some advice. And I suppose this is also sort of a time to make logical decisions versus emotional decisions, right? The emotion, this is not a place to make a decision out of emotion. No. Because in that sense, I suppose it could be like where the mind is not clear then, right? Because again, it's coming out of too much of one space. Scorpio talked about this for November 2022. How to make decisions, you know, through the elements, etc. Okay. I mean, I heard if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I mean, you don't want to make any decisions out of fear is basically what it is. Or a lack mentality. Nope. Because then, I guess once you recognize that, then the Chariot goes right towards the Wheel of Fortune, which is beautiful. It's 7 to 10. This is feeling safe and loved and protected, feeling creative in the next steps. This could also be stepping up and showing King of Swords, like it's one's own, like, power or ability to, again, step up into something, share, again, their perspective, their whatever it is. They're not afraid of something. You know, it's like somebody doesn't like your idea, they don't agree. It's just like there's Queen of Swords, which was in May. It's just like, all right, no issue there. I heard again, it either is or it isn't. All right. September. Okay. 5 of Wands and the gibbous moon. 5 of Wands and the gibbous moon. So, okay, this says, right, the energy is gaining momentum. This is when the moon is becoming bigger, right? Then we get the gibbous moon, which is usually a little bit smaller than this, but this is showing more, and it says you are very close to achieving your goal, okay? So we just talked about final touches, right? This is something where, like, just a minute. Let me let that cat out. Stay there, baby. Come on. Come on. See you later. Very close to achieving your goal. Well, 5 of Wands is just like little challenges, right? It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. This is September time. Don't let your energy be too scattered. Knight of Pentacles. Don't let your energy be too scattered. You know, remember, you're very, what goals or what are you working on that you feel like are very close or like almost done, or you're feeling good about the next stage of that completion, right? Magician and the Temperance card. I don't know if this is having to do with, it could just be talking about the year in and of itself. There's the King of Pentacles again, which was in your birthday time, right? A personal issue reaches resolution. King of Pentacles, solid. Because this is talking about from January to December. So we've made it 9 months. This is almost like having a baby, right? So from the beginning of the Gregorian year until, from Earth until the first Earth to the last Earth, if you will. You want to see how far you've come in ways of the physical things that you have achieved. What you want, maybe even want to go over some of the challenges that you are either facing or have faced. And I feel like the have faced is very important. Like, for instance, those times where you're like, I don't know, you stuck up for yourself, or you put your emotions aside because you knew that wasn't relative to what you needed to do in that moment. Do you know what I mean? Not like you were hiding how you were feeling, but you're just like, hey, well, I don't have time for this, or I don't know how I feel about that, or, okay, now I feel, again, you put them aside because you're starting to gain more momentum in your ability not to be, there goes Judgment back in January. It's like, not to be High Priestess. You heard how fast the talking was for a second? It was just like rolling. There was no inflection between. We talked about this in the very beginning. Making the space between this and that. It's important. Maybe that's part of what will settle any energy that's a little frictional too. Is realizing how far you've come. This could be a creative project too that's finally becoming, it's like something becomes a reality. Yeah, Hierophant. Yeah, something becomes a reality. And I don't know, you realize how strong you are? 4 of Pentacles, perhaps. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. Queen of Swords, how smart you are, capable you are. I don't know. Recognizing your own stubbornness too, no offense. I would also say don't let the drama of other people get in the way of what you are trying to do either, okay? Again, if we go back to May, this is have faith in your dreams and the star. So some of you could really accomplish something really great during this time. Like this year. But it's because you've been working towards it, you know? Okay. I feel like I want to keep moving forward. October. We have the new moon in Sagittarius and the 5 of Swords. New moon in Sagittarius. When's the last time we had a new moon? Hold on. January, April, October. So all the cardinal months have except for your month has a full moon. Okay? In Cancer. All the other cardinal months, January, April, October, are all new moons. One's in Libra, one's in Aries, the other one's in Sagittarius. So interesting, so interesting. Okay, look, it says luck. This card says luck is on your side. We're dealing with another 5, which both of these have to do with, again, a test of faith, which we talked a lot about. The Tower and the Star card. Do you have faith in your dreams? Do you, again, we've already been down this road before. Right? It's not really anything new this year in ways of, like, I don't know. There's newness, but it's not where there's a lack of experience or something. No, King of Pentacles. July, it goes back into you. You've been here before. You're solid. You're solid. Interesting. Okay, luck is on your side. So again, there's a path, the world. You don't have to worry about something. Page of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. It's about how you perceive the path. Direction is really important, okay? We're about to hit the end of the year. Just a minute. Well, these people, there's these people here, they're kind of there's like energy that's pulling me in. I guess there's people here listening. There's people who listen. This could also be letting go of, no, letting go is not the right word. I guess there's people coming together here. No, remember, this year is about moving forward. There's luck in that, right? There's good energy in the newness to push forward, the cardinal energy forward. It's not a time to go backwards. It's not a time to try to, I don't know, can't save the world. Interesting sentence. Because remember, you don't want to go backwards on the path, right? It's almost like a race, you know, but it's not exactly like everyone's competing, but you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and don't move backwards. Don't go backwards. No, we go forward. Interesting. I can't really read. This one's getting, it's too, I don't know how to explain it beyond that, I guess. Let's see November. We got to move forward. November. Okay, North Node and the Seven of Pentacles has this question mark on it. It says step out of your comfort zone. So now we go back into Earth. We haven't had Earth since July, right? Just a minute. Well, I saw the first, something's first. I don't know if this is first place or, you know, someone wins something, or I don't know. It's like someone maybe asking themselves, like, how do I do that? Or like, I don't even know how to go about that. It's like, well, how did you do it last time? Right? Remember, we're in it's just a repeat. We're just a repeat of what it was in a different way. Okay, North Node is about success. Seven of Pentacles is about putting in a lot of hard work, and then it's kind of like, okay, is this going to grow? Is this going to do it? Do I have enough? Is this enough? North Node is saying, well, you don't know, but you have to try. It would be good for you, rather, to try. If you don't try, all you're basically saying is, well, I'm not good enough. I don't believe in myself. But that is not what you're meant to do this year. Knight of Wands goes back into what you need to release. Maybe some of you, it's exactly that. A lack of confidence. Judgment. You know. That goes back into January, which had that new moon in Libra. It is, because yes, Libra is about relationships with other people, but what is a relationship ultimately? It's you. Well, you can't, like they say, you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself, right? Can't pay somebody else's bills and not pay your own bills, right? Clean somebody else's house, don't clean your house. Judge somebody else's, what do they say? Like the speck in your, but it's almost just like somebody else could have a log in their eye, but you're picking at your speck so hard. So don't pick yourself apart too much, because again, that first relationship, the balance of life is your relationship first and foremost to yourself and spirit, right? Whatever you connect to that, whatever you deem to be something that is higher than you, that is supportive, that you're here for some reason, this game of life. So why would you never not try? Can't really fail technically anyway. Hierophant, Emperor, Judgment, no. It's just like, be strong. You know, the Chariot's kind of a masculine card. Cancer energy also, especially Cancer rising, masculine. All the cardinal is masculine energy. You know? Not that you can't be soft about it, but it's like, understanding again, because all the cardinal energy are leaders, but Cancerian and you and Libra are the two that are going to like sit more in the background. You know? But this is going to have you be more in this forward, again, the Chariot energy. Let's see December. Full moon in Gemini with the Five of Cups. Now, I will actually say that I'm recording this in December 2022. There is actually a full moon in Gemini coming very soon. I always find the December energy to be a bit of like when this is, you know, that now is what it is. It's also having to do with the future. So you have 3 5s on the board and 3 knights. 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. We have water, air, and fire. We have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, which is water, air, and fire. So this is very important. The Knight of Wands handles the Five of Wands. Fire handles the fire. This is March, September. Then the Five of Swords, October. Hold on a second. August. So August goes to October. That's good. Leo to Libra. Then we have Five of Cups, which goes back into April, which had to do with the Knight of Cups. Because remember, the court cards are going to trump the pips. These fives, all it represents is faith. And this card says, full moon in Gemini, the answers are coming. For some of you, the answer is something that you don't want to hear. Or maybe it's something that makes you sad. Or maybe a part of it is someone doesn't know. There's a lot of how you feel in this time, but that's also part of what the answer is like releasing perhaps whatever it is. Moon, Three of Pentacles. So again, the emotional state can become more clear, right? This is crying over spilled milk. It's crying over not knowing the answers to something yet. It's just like, well, we don't know the answers. We'll never know all the answers. Justice in the Three of Cups. Oh, I feel like I'm running out of time. Seven of Cups. Remember, when you're in an emotion, this year is about being practical with emotions. Okay, Five of Cups, for instance, not practical. There's always two cups right next to them that are upright and feeling good, and is this connection. Okay. It's okay. Empress. Remember, your notebook. That could be a way for you to find your answers. You could also, that's stepping out of your comfort zone. What is it that makes you feel uncomfortable? Because maybe that's a part of it, is you step out. Okay, luck's on your side. You're right, very close to achieving your goal. You realize, okay, luck is on my side. You at least realize, hey, I made it this far, right? Then it's like, okay, I know I'm feeling good. I'm in this new space. Oh, but this is out of your comfort zone. Okay, well, then all of a sudden you feel a little bit scared. Well, remember, the answers are coming. You just stepped out of your comfort zone. Okay? So, of course, there may be times where you're like, I don't know what's going on. This is new to me. Am I doing the right thing? But Queen of Wands is just like, honey, honey, you know, turn that frown upside down. Right? Turn that frown upside down. What happens there? It's like, well, who's an emotional, who's really a good friend? Who are your good friends? Talk to them, right? Create something again. That's part of the answer, is it may just be right in front of you. It depends on the perspective. Ten of Pentacles. You know, fives to me, they're little. And again, it's so interesting that the fives that you have line up elementally with the knights that you have, which again, have already learned a good chunk of it and have been practicing. And now it is going out into these different spaces, right? And you have the King of Pentacles, which shows the earth element. You know, Taurus is in your 7th house, is where you're weak. Or you feel weak even though you're not. And then the Queen of Swords handles that little Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, that turns into the Queen right there. The King and Queen are right next to each other, right next to the friggin' star. Okay. Sun. I heard it's all good. You ready to go? Interesting. All right, Cancer. Ace of Cups. You'll be fine. I hope this was helpful. I feel like the energy's a little trippy today. Hope this was of service. Okay. I love you so much. Thank you for a wonderful 2022. I'm looking forward to this 2023. These little fives ain't nothing either. Please don't sweat those. Okay? It's not. It's just a test of your faith. And this also has to go back, if you want to, this also goes back until 2021. Okay? It's like shaking out old emotion, right? Look at the bigger picture. Okay. I'll talk to you later.